G'day everyone, this is Tractor and welcome to the Gelball and Milsim podcast. Today, you can't see them, but they're having a ball already. We haven't even started. We've got Cormac.
Hey guys, what's going on?
And we've got El Machete.
Yeah, hey guys, how you doing?
Good. So we also know them as the guys from Summit and Rapid Vantage, and we'll talk about that a bit as we go on. So, welcome to your own facility here. I'm out on location, so love having this new deck that the Patreons are paid for. It looks real good from him. So, how's it sound over there?
It's awesome. Actually, this is such a nice setup.
It's one of the most professional podcast setups I've seen.
Yeah.
It even says podcaster on the equipment. It's
Yeah.
good. So, we normally start with what brought you to Gelball. Let's go with Ryan first because he's a YouTube star. Sorry, Cormac.
I got into Gelball like end of 2016, 2017. Obviously, I seen them on the market and I was like, I've got to get one of those. And started playing at a field down the south side that doesn't exist anymore. And yeah, just fell in love with the sport. It was a good sort of gateway for me. Being ex-military, it was that step back into doing something a bit military, meet some people that I share a lot in common with, and that was basically what got my start in it.
Yeah, you're very common with all the ex-military guys. They want to do the stuff that was cool, the stuff that was fun, without all the stuff that sucks.
Yeah, the
You know
1%ers.
what? Yeah. What about you, Big Luke? With the porn mustache?
Yeah. I actually, I've been playing Gelsoft. I lived for about 6 years in Shanghai.
Yeah.
Before Gelsoft in the film industry. So I was playing over there. And then about a year ago, my career in China in the film industry kind of came to a grinding halt with everything that was happening, and I was sent back to here. And
That's China for you.
yeah, went through a couple of months of quite big, depression.
Yep.
Not having work, and my missus kind of went, oh, here's some money to get a gel blaster. And I watched this amazing video on YouTube called Ex-Soldier Plays at Donnybrook.
Didn't it say something about special forces or
No, almost.
super duper operator?
It should have. So I watched that video and I was like, oh, this is fantastic. This is what I'm used to playing. And I went out and I had my first game actually at your field.
At my field?
Yes, it was the first game I ever played. I think it was a Saturday.
And we had the partitions up?
Yeah, so I was playing on the football field.
Yep.
And Ryan was actually reffing, and we didn't know this at the time. And we had, he came up and, we had a little chat, and then that was like what hooked me.
I'll bet you Trent Bow was reffing that day too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
From soft tops.
Yeah. See, we put people together. It's a community.
That's it. So I was playing there, and then after a while, I played for a couple of months, and then I went to Colombia for December. My partner's from Colombia. I went there, and I kind of met up with the airsoft community there in the fields that we're now partnered with over there.
Yep.
Came back and decided to start Rapid Vantage. Then it was about a month that I officially met Ryan. And it wasn't till about a month ago, maybe from now, where I said, oh, Ryan, let me show you the video that got me into Gelsoft. And I kind of brought it up on YouTube, and Ryan goes, hang on, that's me. That's Cormac 17. That's my video.
Yeah, it's pretty funny because we're talking about literally that same question, what got us into Gelball. And Luke was like, oh,
I love how Ryan doesn't want to say Gelsoft because I got a story about that.
yeah, it's just a term, isn't it?
Yeah, who cares? We don't care anymore. We can call them guns now. It's good.
Yeah, well, that's right, exactly.
Coppers don't care, so legislators don't care.
That's it. Well, it's not an airsoft blaster either.
No, that's right.
Or a tagger.
Or a tagger. No, I think it...
Do they still use water cannon? Was that the water projectile?
Oh, they have all sorts of weird names on them.
Crystal blaster.
Crystal bomb.
Yeah.
But yeah, we were talking about just what got into the sport, like about a month ago. It was the funniest thing because you're like, oh, where did you play first? And you go, oh, I was at Milsim East. I'm like, so was I. It was just this bizarre way of seeing each other again and not even realising that was a long time ago, and then we sort of caught up again and actually became friends.
Yeah, became good mates, I'd say.
I probably didn't like you the first time I met you. That's why we didn't become friends.
He probably red carded him and sent him off the field. Get out of here, weirdo.
Almost. But it's funny to see how, pardon me, how close that was compared to the very first meeting I had with Ryan about what I was starting here with Rapid Vantage and what I wanted the involvement from someone like Summit.
Yep.
To finding out that the reason that I got into GelSoft was because, in fact, the video that he had done at Milsim East. So that was a really cool little 360 on everything.
Talk about synergy.
Yeah, that's it.
We had the most formal meeting when we first met too. It was it was teed up with...
Were there ties?
There wasn't, not quite, but it was a full sit-down kind of like luncheon style, real professional thing.
And it was all last minute too. I got a message I think that day going, "Oh, do you want to catch up with this guy starting the field on the north side?" And I'm like, Yeah. Okay. And we caught up at Chermside at one of those new cafes, and it was like...
It was actually the Bavarian Garden.
Yeah, shout out to the
that's
Bavarian
very
Garden.
specific.
And we had this full sit down and listening to Luke talk about what he wanted to do with the field, what his inspiration was, and, sort of joke about it now watching my video, but it was just good to see Luke's background and what he wanted to achieve, and it just really aligned with what I was hoping to get out of the industry as well. So we just sort of joined forces.
The thing I love about Luke's involvement in Gel is he has played airsoft, and he can bring the best parts of airsoft to Gel and not worry about the best parts of airsoft that we don't have.
Yeah, I think from my experience with airsoft, and I know we're probably going to get into this a little bit later on.
I will just segue where it happens.
Beautiful. Is that, or from what I have found, is yes, you have like indoor and outdoor airsoft fields, but generally the way that has kind of moved is gone into milsimming. There is a big milsim group and environment built around the airsoft culture.
That's what actually inspired me to do an airsoft. I was watching a Milsim podcast, and I went, I can do that too.
Yeah, there's a big community around that, and yes, they have the skirmish fields, they have the indoor fields, but even from now talking to a lot of fields in the States that I'm trying to align with, alongside our.
Have you played in the States?
I've played once in the States.
Yep.
I played. I'm not even sure the field is still around anymore, but it was around. What was it? LA. Just not downtown LA. Santa Monica, around there. I think it was called Kill Zone or something like that. But it was
If we can find it, we'll drop a link in the show notes.
Yeah. That was a few years back now.
Yep.
But I went over to do a commercial in the States, and we had one down day between commercials because the cars that were arriving from China, and the director said, "Oh, well, we've got a free day," and they were all like, "Oh, let's go see LA," and I went, "No,
I want to shoot stuff
straight to the airsoft field."
I would have done the same thing.
Yeah, but I think that the biggest experience I have had in airsoft was a full month in Colombia playing at Airsoft Clubhouse and at. They now have their second field, Red Field.
Yep.
So, hola, ¿cómo están?
Hola, señor, ¿cómo te va?
But they're an exceptional field, and they're actually their field is built in an old eye hospital. So it's
because you don't need to work on eyes anymore, or
well, I think that had moved, but
yep.
You're playing in a full on. It's only about a 280 square meter field, very close quarters, and then I was invited by both of their teams, Evergreen and Task Force Reaper, to go and play the last big milsim in Colombia for that year.
What year was that? This
was actually just the year 2019 gone, yep. And we played in a place called Chinauta, or Chinauta. Something like it's basically in the mountain.
I'll trust you on the pronunciation.
Can we get a translator to check that out, please?
Chia, I think it was, somewhere there. But that was playing at altitude as well, which was because, Colombia's at altitude. So that was kind of thrown in the deep end for a full day. And they had a dog squad. They had the full kit and caboodle going.
Don't tell Brad, he'll buy a German Shepherd and tactical dog yarns to put on it.
It was amazing seeing those dogs work. But that was kind of, and I think I was explaining this to you before, Trav, that was a very small field compared to what we have access to in Australia. And when I kind of showed them what you guys are doing in Australia, they were just, they fell over. They cannot wait to come here and play GelSoft with the Australians on an Australian milsim. That was only, they only had a couple hour milsim, whereas we've got 24 or 72 hour stuff. So that's
Yeah, you set yourself up very differently for 3 days than what you do for one night.
Absolutely, and that was cool. So I was lucky enough to use the Novrich SSG and kind of play Overwatch, which was very fun. So that was my experience in airsoft. Was
Oh, cool. Did you catch any of the stuff from EP 1.5, the rules testing that we did? Ron had a little bit of involvement in that too.
I'll be honest, I think I came into the Gelsoft community a little later than the first Eastern Predator.
No, we had a beta event called 1.5 in January this year.
I think I only saw some videos on that. Is that where you had the technicals and all that? Yeah,
Yep.
so I saw the videos on that. Yeah, that looked epic. Yeah.
Yeah, it was a shame because a few guys left early because of the weather, and one of the guys had a bit of an upset tummy from the food he was eating and stuff. So a lot of guys missed out on that, but there's going to be some interesting stuff at 2.0.
Yeah, I can't wait for this.
All about preparation, These guys are getting sick and stuff. You got to be careful.
Yeah, don't get sick.
Well, we've got one team, and I was talking to Luke about that earlier. They've been training since February for EP2, and they weren't Gelballers at EP1. They were like the wives and girlfriends, and they went, "Hey, you can do that. I can do that."
That's so cool.
That's awesome. And I'll say, I'll put a post up on Instagram after this with a shout out to the female teams that were playing in Colombia and put a picture up of those girls, because the female involvement in the sport is something I'm very I want to be proactive in. We had a group of you weren't here for last weekend, this Saturday coming that just went. Sorry, we had a group of 5 rentals that came in, and 3 of them were females, younger females, and they dominated.
Awesome.
All the field, with MP7s, they're up against full Milsimmers.
Yep.
They had such a blast, and now on this coming weekend, they've just gone, "Yep, we're back, like we're booking." So to see females kind of grow in this sport is awesome.
Yeah, because a lot of people, like I had a guy come to the field on the weekend to do a warranty thing on a gun he bought off the shop we've got there, and he was like, "Oh, I could never play," and I said, you got to wait a little bit for the tech. Go and have a walk. Just go and stand by the fence and watch a bit. And he came back half an hour later saying, "Yeah, I'm going to play next weekend." Mm-hmm. And this is an older guy, overweight, blah, blah, blah. And he's like, "Yeah, I can do that."
It's amazing how many people get into this sport and they're using it for exercise, which I think is awesome.
And mental health.
Mental health. That was one of the reasons I got into it. But it's really great that people are going, I can't go to the gym because, I can't commit to that, or I don't know what I'm doing or whatever. They don't want to run or whatever it might be. And yet they can pick up a blaster, come to a field and have an absolute blast.
Yeah.
And they're exercising at the same time. And anyone can do that.
The thing I like about it, when I'm out there playing, I'm not thinking, "Hey, I'm exercising." I'm thinking about the game. And then the next day I'm thinking about how much I regret playing that game.
Absolutely.
Because I'm a big boy. I'm massively overweight, but I can get out there and do some of the stuff too.
Which is fantastic. I think Ryan and I constantly have this discussion with people that come and play at this field, at Rapid Vantage in particular, is comparatively to, say, your field is, I would say, the more physical aspect of Gelball.
Yep.
To when also you come into an indoor field where you're not playing... you're
not running from here to there.
You're not running, but your mental exercise is exhausting.
Yeah.
The mental capacity required to play in the style that we have, we see people after 3 hours collapse in chairs and go, "I'm not physically tired, but mentally,
I'm just drained."
Yeah. Yeah, and I want to do a shout out if I can to the older players. We've got a fantastic regular who's one of the oldest players who plays here at Rapid Vantage, AJ. So AJ, if you are listening, big shout out. He's been with us from day one.
Awesome.
And he's attended some of the summit workshops that Ryan's done. I think Ryan even did a one-on-one with him.
How's that all going?
Summit, yeah, it's good. AJ, if he's listening, will no doubt attest to how great it is. So thanks, AJ.
I've got some good feedback from Leaston, because I know Leaston from...
Yeah, Leaston's played down here. He went to the first workshop as a good segue. Yeah, the summit workshops were good. We're planning another one in the next couple of weeks, so just ironing out some details.
I'm hoping you've got some plans for a Milsim workshop.
Actually, when I worked out what I wanted to do with Summit, wasn't just to do CQB stuff, but also to get in and do Milsim training. And actually, the video I put up in regards to Milsim we went to last weekend, I did a video, just like a Facebook Live preparation video where I put all my stuff out that I was going to be taking outfield and just kind of went through the DP1 check that you'd go through as if you're in the military, like looking at all my gear, making sure it's serviceable. And I just kind of did it because I was doing it anyway, and I thought maybe some people might take something away from this. And I was expecting a couple of people go, oh, cool, whatever. And yet so many people watched that and were reaching out to me going, oh, that's amazing that I didn't consider some of these things to go and purchase, or I don't know how to use it. I've never used that before. Or
a lot of people, and like me and Luke were talking earlier about the flavours of Milsim, and I'll say this again and again. I do milk, I do vanilla, somebody does chocolate, they're all still Milsim. Like me and Jason from up to Toowoomba will banter off each other, but we acknowledge that he's Milsimming, we're Milsimming. They're different, but they're still the same.
Yeah, exactly.
They require the same thing.
Yeah.
You still need to give the same amount of effort no matter where you're going to play.
Maximum effort.
Maximum effort. And this is coming from someone that almost died at EP1.
Twice.
And got sent home, and then out at Toowoomba.
And you weren't even playing.
No, I was the commander and still almost died. No, I had pneumonia for those that don't know, and I shouldn't have gone out and played.
You shouldn't have been there at all.
Shouldn't have been there at all. Very, very sick, and actually got taken by ambulance to Harvey Bay Base Hospital.
Mm-hmm. No duff.
That was a genuine no duff. It was.
I think that was about number 4.
That was actually, I handled a no duff just before I went down, which was a gentleman who injured his knee. And I felt fine up until we got to our hide eventually, and just collapsed. So yeah, but I did go back out the next day for a little bit.
After a bit of a sleep in hospital.
After a stay in hospital, went back out against the doctor's orders, and almost basically had to go back. So
Did you win is my question.
The coalition won. I certainly think they do. The militia will say they won. They certainly dominated for 99.99% of the time, but in that end battle.
It's funny that the culmination. So good work to the coalition, and shout out to everyone that was down there. But I'm looking forward to my redemption at Eastern Pred to actually be able to go and do the whole event without dying.
So what's your involvement in EP this year?
At this stage, I'm not involved on the team that's running it so much. We've been invited down to participate in a PMC role.
Yeah, and Luke's got some ideas, and look at him smiling because we've been chatting because we had to wait for Ryan. He had a doctor's appointment. Doctors always run over, so we had plenty of time to chew the fat before this. So
I'm so excited for that.
So why don't you tell Ryan some of the stuff that I've told you? Some of the stuff that you think you can let out to your team.
Yeah, so, in terms of service.
Like the Razoos.
Yeah. What I quite like is the in-game currency factor, and the fact that the PMC crew, we've been tasked with, all we care about is the money.
Show me the money.
Show me the money.
Show me the money.
That's why PMCs.
That's it. So I'm thinking...
Otherwise you'd be without a brass Razoo.
Yeah. So what I'm actually thinking, I would love for our PMC group, and we'll coordinate with Trav, to actually be bought out before the Milsim. We will be offering some services during the Milsim to teams.
For the right amount of Razoos.
For the right amount of Razoos, such as can be intel, can be hits on certain leaders and high-value targets.
Yeah, protection.
If you...
Escort.
If there are players that want to have a little bit of a shut-eye on the field, you'll
do the picket for them?
For the right amount, we'll do the picket for them.
It's going to cost you a lot of money to do a picket.
Yeah.
Especially all night long.
Yeah. I'm thinking as well something along the lines of a nice little food cart.
Yeah, well, as a PMC team, you're not bound by the rules of war and you can bring the gear that you want to bring, but whatever the corporation would buy for you, you can use.
That's it, and I think the corporation that is backing our particular PMC crew might be having a little bit of used gear down there on the field that for the right amount of Razoo you can come and pick up if you lose something. Might be able to trade that on the black market or something. Or who knows?
When you're a super duper operator and you just throw the gear away when you finish with it, you just throw it and it sits in a pile over there.
Next contract you're going to get new gear.
That's it. Well, it's like mining. You just throw it into the hole.
That's it. Well, I mean, we definitely completed our last contract.
Oh, yeah.
Steve Snellman's not very happy about that.
Shout out to Steve, though.
Yeah, well done, mate. Absolute well done. But Yeah, I mean, we just recently got back from with Cotterstain, and I think our group's ready to we've fulfilled that contract. So corporations refueling us with some new gear to bring out to this, and all of that's for hire, definitely for the right amount of wazoo.
Admittedly, I think we've annoyed some of the Western militaries that exist. Hopefully there's no crossover with Eastern Predator and our Western allies, because, it wasn't really a smooth transition.
I wonder if with Goddestan is a country in our fictional universe too.
Ooh, that could be good.
I don't know, but
That's scary.
Because the Middle East never happened in the EP universe. So
That's right, yeah.
Yeah, but definitely Task Force Vantage PMC group will be there. It will be for hire.
So something I forgot to ask earlier, Rapid Vantage. That's a contraction of two words. What's the origin of that? There's got to be a story there. Like it's not something that just goes, Rapid Vantage. Rolls off the tongue.
No, but I think that I actually came up with that name. Originally, the name for the field was going to be Black Rabbit. I came up with this idea of going down into a rabbit hole, basically, as the design of the field, hence the black walls and the blackout in there. And then we kind of steered away from the name Black Rabbit, mainly because I knew I had got it from somewhere, and it's actually a camera gear company. But then it kind of got thrown around. What about, Black Rapid? Like rapids as in fast, and that idea of being rapid and fast really kind of hit home for the style of gameplay that I wanted at the field. And I was, kind of tossing around, and then the word vantage came up as in, a vantage point.
Yep.
And I thought that kind of went well with rapid. Like, you need to move fast to a point of vantage, essentially.
Right. Yeah, yep. I'm flipping what you're frying now.
Yeah, that's it. So kind of melding that with the style of field that we have, you need to move fast and as a team to secure your objective.
See, I was going with being rapid as an advantage. So I didn't get the vantage thing at all.
Rapid
Yeah.
advantage.
Rapid
that
advantage.
sounds cool.
It does. Well, that was one we played around with, but I think it was more the vantage, a point of view, and especially it's a contradiction to the fact that the field is a blackout field as well, so you don't have a lot of that. And then the logo just came from turning essentially a black labyrinth into a V.
Right.
Yep.
Cool.
So that was
And Summit, that's an acronym?
It is, yeah. A few people point out that I spelled Summit wrong. Incorrect.
But that's good though.
Yeah, it catches the eye a bit.
Yeah.
So Summit stands for Small Unit Movement and Individual Tactics. And it was actually coined by Robert Kerslake, who's a Milsim East regular, and he has made his appearances down here too. But yeah, it's just about, in capturing the type of train that we wanted to do. Yep. So it covers a bit of everything. It's kind of cool. And obviously, the Summit, it all makes sense when you see a logo.
Yeah. I like the idea of tactical solutions. It's
it is.
About 1,000 years ago, when I first got out of the army, I had a company called Ballistic Solutions.
That's cool.
Nice.
Yeah.
So the
It
solutions
didn't
on the
do
end,
much, but I had the company.
It's something about solutions.
Yeah, well, it's because everyone's tactical. every gel blaster has tactical in it.
Yeah.
But I'm not selling gel blasters and I'm not selling gear. I'm selling
You're saying a solution.
solution.
I like
a
that.
tactical solution.
That's it. We're not here for problems. We're here for solutions.
Exactly.
So we need a strategic solutions as well.
You would have heard that a lot, Trev. I don't want to hear your problems. I want to hear your solutions.
Yeah.
It's a very military.
About 1,000,000 times, yeah.
I don't miss it.
Yeah, I only miss it when I'm not aiming.
I love that. I genuinely love what Ryan's doing with Summit. And over the past, we opened 1 week before the COVID lockdowns.
I want to kill COVID.
Yeah, so that
We should make a patch that said COVID sucks.
COVID sucks. Yeah, or COVID solutions.
Tactical COVID
It's the
solutions.
name of the next Milsim course. It's COVID Milsim Tactical Solutions.
We'll have to find like a 12-letter acronym from it.
Yeah, that's it. But no, that downtime that COVID essentially allowed us here at Rapid to set up is Ryan has been teaching me the methods that he teaches, and it's definitely improved my gameplay. I'm not from a military background at all. And I never claimed to be. I'm just purely from the sports side of what airsoft and gelsoft is. So coming from someone who knows nothing about military training, nothing about any of that, And to have someone like Ryan step in and teach me very, very small things that altered the way that I play.
Yeah.
From
Little things like transitions and changing shoulders and
exactly how to clear rooms and slice and all that good stuff. That
you're one of the pie boys, eh? You know the pie
Yeah,
technique.
we teach the pieing method.
which is cool, and that definitely aligned with what I wanted at Rapid Vantage to have a bring in that sports element. But what Ryan's doing with Summit, we're always 100% behind whatever he does with Summit, because it's definitely improved my gameplay to the point where maybe I might get to the point where I start to own you, Ryan.
So is there a throwdown for a 1v1 downstairs after
we've
this?
actually done it, not 1v1s, but we've been on the opposite teams when we filled in for play, when we've had smaller groups here. And it's never fun getting shot by Luke, because I go, that's my training. It's working. It's better than me now.
I think there was one...
Never teach your student everything.
That's right.
No, I think there was one game where we have a game mode called Presidential Escort, where Ryan played the president, and...
Did he look like Mayor Baroden?
Jake Dunk's reference.
So we have the Presidente de Colombia, who's the president here, and I got you really good right between the eyes. You had a dye mask on, obviously, but that was using your pieing method.
The poor team trying to get me out didn't actually get me out of the room that I spawned in, and I was shot by Luke trying to get out, so it was not good. A lot of fun, though.
Yeah.
I grabbed one. We've been training a few teams as well in CQB stuff, and we're down at Fort Lang, and I walked onto the field. One of the guys was going home. He's I've reffed all morning. I'm going to go home now. I said, I might play a bit. And he's like, really? You're going to play? Yeah. Do you want to be on my team?
Yeah.
People love it.
Yeah, Fort Lang is your new kill house area.
The first part of it, yeah.
My God, that is fun.
Yeah.
That is...
We actually use Fort Lang in some of the summit training when we teach slicing of angles, because it's such a...
There's so many angles.
Yeah, a lot of angles.
We got some gameplay footage when we came out, when you invited us out, and me personally, I got absolutely owned and minced in an outdoor environment. But that Fort Lang setup,
it's a meat grinder.
It was so much fun.
Actually, I like the right down the end with all the shipping containers was fun as well.
Yeah, Trent from Sophops wants me to call that shipment. I don't know what that's all about, but
it's cool.
Call of Duty.
Is it?
Yeah.
There you go. See, I'm not up with the young fellas speak.
That was epic, though. I think it was pouring down rain.
Yeah, that was the beta event you invited us out to.
Yeah. And any event that I'm going to start is going to have rain.
I'm waiting for it now. If it ain't raining, it ain't training. Someone's saying it.
Yeah. Well, you know the name for EP2?
What?
Wetter is better.
I like it.
Yeah. But I think, when it started
Should we do
raining,
a patch?
Yeah, we should.
Yeah, we should. When it rained, Ryan and I were like, nah, screw it, let's go out. And we kind of stepped on out to the
I think
field.
you were the first two to literally walk out into it.
First two to go out and start playing. And there was something epic about the size of that little field area, the tight corners, and the rain that just made that first game sensational.
Trent did some awesome video down there. Yeah. Real slow-mo stuff. The rain's literally hitting his blaster and going whoosh.
Yeah, it's so good. That was an epic day for that.
You got some awesome footage of Cam eating mud too.
You know what I think about that?
We love you, Cam.
Yeah.
But that footage is pretty funny.
It is very funny.
No, it was. I remember it was just pouring down. I mean, it wasn't that kind of Brisbane rain where it just kind of showers. I mean, it was pouring down. And we were like,
I'm really happy that we're hacking on Cam right now, considering he was meant to be.
Yeah, I was about to say.
Like I sat here for 2 hours doing nothing.
Well done, Cam.
But,
Thanks, Cam.
No, I even donated my marquee to the field because Ryan.
Funny story, guys.
We forgot to tie the marquee to the back of the ute, and we.
So we went out. It's pouring with rain. We had the marquee set up over the back of my ute, so to keep all that stuff dry. We've gone down there. It's raining. We go. Well, we're gonna get wet. Let's just go. So we played
But at least the ute's dry.
That's it. We played for maybe an hour.
Good hour, yeah.
And then we went, let's go get our other blasters because the rain cleared up. I remember standing at the, where the food was being served, and Luke's gone off to go get his blaster, and he comes back and says, "Marquee's gone." I said, what do you mean it's gone? It's like, I can't find it. It's gone. I'm like, how do you misplace a marquee? And it literally had blown into the fence that separates your field from corrections. Yeah.
Yeah.
Pretty funny.
I want to throw some people over that fence sometimes, I tell you.
The thing is, we couldn't, once we found it, it was bent. And we couldn't actually take it apart.
That whole, it just had the frame bent out long ways. And I think
Because you couldn't put the legs back inside themselves.
No, I think Trent from Soft Ops had a good laugh because he was watching three of us try to put that thing down for a good 5 minutes until Ryan and I went, nah, I'll donate it to the field.
Luke starts walking over, big puppy dog goes, would you like a tent?
We tried. We've learned our lesson though.
Yeah, tie stuff down.
When we went to the Toowoomba Milsim, we made sure to actually tie the tent down because I guarantee that would have been the first thing to go in the wind.
We had the whole.
You had a tent?
Yeah, the whole tent. We had a Taj Mahal set up. 6-man tent.
Yeah.
Yeah, that we fully.
Was that for tactical cuddles?
Absolutely.
We had a good setup. That tent's actually, it was like, it's brown and green. So
brown and green, it blended in, but it was like, I will say this, for people who are kind of new to Milsim, just because you are going out to a Milsim event doesn't mean you necessarily just have to pack a sleeping mat and a sleeping bag to sleep outside. Like
that's the beauty of Jason's Milsim is you can ease into it.
Yeah, there was something very nice about being able to go back to a tent that was just kind of big enough to be in and dry and keep it at least a set of dry clothes.
I'm hearing a lot of people in the background going, you're soft. You're so soft. That's not real Milsim.
Yeah, but I was Cav and we always have protection.
If it ain't Cav, it'll probably work.
Yeah, I mean, you can call me soft, but at the end of the day, I had a great 3 hours sleep, I'll tell you.
Look, it's like the speed soft thing. The speed soft guys go, we don't know how to play. It's exactly the same. It should just be banter, and that's where it ends.
That's it. I think that's what makes, from my point of view, that's what makes Australians and the Australian culture in sport one of the most dynamic sport cultures, and cultures in itself is the banter that we do have.
Well, look at rugby versus AFL and rugby versus soccer versus everyone says yours.
Versus football. There's
Origin.
one.
Oh, let's start with Gaelic football too then. hey, rugby boys, if you don't kick it with your foot, how can you call it football?
That's it.
You know what I call it? Throwback. No, it's because you throw the ball back. It's nothing about the people.
Yeah.
I swear.
Sure.
It's not about being soft.
No.
We took a tent out and we were getting a bit of a ribbing, but those same people weren't laughing when it was pouring down with rain and we're in there just chilling out.
Yeah.
It's all fun and games until you need to use it.
Yeah, look, there's a time and a place to be in a hoochie or a bivvy bag, and like for me, I want the first time somebody Milsims for it to be easy.
Yeah.
And it's probably not the best word to use, but simple maybe.
Yeah, you need to ease them in. Like you
Yeah.
said.
Yeah.
I'm all for like the hoochie and stuff. Like, don't get me wrong, I took a hoochie down. Luke had a hoochie.
Does he even know what hoochie means?
He was called them hutchies for a little while.
I was going, have you got my hutchie?
So we had all that. Like,
Do we have a Hutchinson here? Like, where's Hutchie?
we had all that stuff, expecting to do it rough. But we're like, we'll take because we went down the day before the event kicked off. So we put the tent up and stuff. And they said, no, just take it outfield. Like, if you've got a tent, you just use the tent. So we went with the full intention of doing the hard yards. But yeah, it's about easing yourself into it. I've done the hard yards. I don't have anything to prove. No. If I have the ability to use
I've got a
tent,
Coke can. I can prove that I've done it.
Yeah, exactly. I've been there, done it. I'm happy to have a tent. Like, I've done
Or a
rough stuff
swag.
for real.
I mean, I've come from a background of hiking, going for weeks, like a full week hike.
I bet you didn't have to shit in a plastic bag. Yeah, but I've been there.
Yeah, no, I haven't been that far. I haven't been that. I have had some compromising shits, but out on hiking. But
I'm glad you finished that sentence.
It's all about the tactical too.
Yeah.
You got to be careful.
So like
Take the lieutenant to the loo. Lieutenant Lou.
I'm all for doing the hard yards. Like I quite enjoy that myself. But there are some times and places where you just kind of want to be out there and enjoy the actual what you're doing and have the time off to be able to go to reset.
So are you a mill softer?
I think it's all about like
It's just different flavours.
it's just different flavors, but you'll get those people that go, oh, if you're going out to do a Milsim, you got to do it all hard. Otherwise, it's, you're not.
And I bet you they never served a day in their life when they're saying that.
Exactly. And that's why you see all the people that have served that Gucci it up and don't do the hard stuff unless they have to, because why would you? It should be fun. Like, you're going out at the end of the day.
You're paying money to enjoy something.
Yeah, exactly.
You should
You're paying
enjoy
money
it.
to be in the suck the whole time and go, oh, yeah, I hated the entire event except for the 1% at the end where I packed all my stuff up and got in my car. Like,
And drove 4 hours home.
If you want to do the hard yards, more power to you. And we're going to be cheering you on from a tent. But, you know what I mean? Like,
We'll be sneaking up on you as the PMC squad. Probably,
so basically what we're telling people is if you see a tent out there, it's probably the PMC. So come and get us,
That's
Come and knock on the door and say, hey, could you do this thing for me?
That's it. Or for the right price, you could have an hour nap in the tent.
Yeah, we can.
Is that with or without Cormac beside you?
Oh, no, I'm a part of the package.
He's a part of the package for sure.
Big spoon?
I'm the little spoon because I'm short.
Ooh.
You can cut on me like a teddy bear.
But no,
His face is hairy like a teddy bear now, too.
the beard's looking good though, actually.
You reckon?
Yeah.
I had an appointment.
Angie commented on it last night, said it was looking
I
good.
had an appointment the other day, and the person said that because they seen a picture of me before I had a beard. They said, "No, you suit the beard."
I'll go with that.
Yeah, no, I suit the mo.
You do.
The Milsim mo.
The no.
Milsim
No. Like, I'm thinking Chopper Reed.
Well, I mean, my player tag is El Machete. So I kind of, Manos Rivas.
See, I like the beard. I'm a tactical beard kind of guy.
I used to have the full big beard with the curl, the curl
Yeah.
and everything up there. I used to have all that. But I think this time I just went... I tell you what I got sick of was wearing a neck sock and having the beard hairs poke out of it.
Yeah. Yep.
That's the funniest thing I've heard in days.
That's...
I know what you're saying.
Or wearing a mesh face mask and you put the mesh face mask
And
on.
it grabs.
And then when you take it off, it pulls all the beard hairs out.
That and also the sweat from the straps.
The first person I ever saw wear one of those mesh face masks here in Australia was Milsey Mackenzie.
Yeah.
And all I could see was all these little feelers coming out of him. I'm like, who is this guy? What is that on his face?
It is annoying.
It is annoying. Who I was until I put on the mask.
Exactly.
So are you going to do the neck sock for the PMCs?
Absolutely. I think
Ryan's got a shave.
He rocks the neck sock.
Rocks the sock.
I just like the hairs poking out.
I think the one thing I do love about the Milsim, and especially what Jason and what you Trav are trying to do is bring that role play element into it.
Yep.
And that was big for us as PMCs was the neck socks and trying to be that whole mysterious force that you didn't know whether you could trust or you couldn't trust. 100% you should trust us.
We're here to serve you.
We're here to serve you for the right amount of money.
Would you like fries with that?
But anyone that was at the tour Milsim's going, bullshit.
Yeah. So I think by having that neck sock, hiding our faces and stuff, I certainly hope that for the other players, it gave them an experience that they were maybe wanting. That they wanted that experience of having that mystery and going along in the suck, basically.
Because we got into character, we were informed to get into character as soon as we stepped on the field as Blue 4. As soon as your foot hits the field, we want you role playing because they're not.
You were even doing it before stepping on field.
Yeah. So when Blue 4 started rocking up in their cars, we were on the field already, and they walk around and just didn't know what to think of us because we weren't wearing a Western uniform. They're going,
who are these people?
What are these guys doing?
Yeah.
And they were segregating us when they were doing the
Lumberjack?
briefing. Yeah, we're full lumberjack. But when they did the briefing at the start for Blue 4, they were like, PMC's on me. And we went up to a different area and stood in front of them. And then they got all the Blue 4 guys to line up and sound off. And we weren't included in anything. So they're watching us going,
So who are you?
Who are those guys? What are they doing? And that mystery was just like, who are these people? So I think that was really fun. But that was the feedback we got when we were reffing was we went back and talked to the Blue 4 and they were just like, no, the role play was awesome. Like it just added a new element to the Milsim.
Yeah.
So
I've got a whole new character for EP2. I've got a whole new PMC.
you want to whisper about it?
Or
you don't want to let it go?
Say one thing.
Oh,
I think
If it's the thing we're talking about with the thing and the things and the... Yeah.
should I?
No, don't let them know.
Oh, but I wasn't saying now. It's more for my character. We kind of we played the Russian PMCs, yes, which was good fun. But right, I think for this one I'm going to go for a little South African, just to really put.
And the shorts, bro. The
Yes.
brushstroke.
Yeah,
Ricky,
Rhodesians.
yes,
Have you
absolutely.
got some brushstroke shorts?
No, but I can get some. But I really want to put people in the cuck. I think for when I'm out there.
I have no idea what that means.
Cuck just basically means shit.
Right.
Yeah, right. It's pretty. It's like slang.
Our identities are going to be secret.
Yeah.
Our accents are going to be secret because we're not going to talk to anyone unless they're paying us money.
Are you going to learn Esperanto?
Is that the local?
That is
the
the
local
language of East Timor. East Timor.
East Timor. Is that a secret drop?
Oh, I didn't say that. No, of Istana. See,
Astana.
Istana, East Timor, Istana,
Yeah,
yeah.
Do you want to? Can you teach us a little bit? Is there? Have you got like hello and goodbye? Or?
Hola.
Hola is hello.
There's a lot of Spanish and Latin in there.
Oh, I think I might have to change my character to.
El machete.
Machete.
Well, there you go.
Órale, vato, ¿cómo estás?
Mucho bien.
Maybe I can sell some cervezas. Who knows?
Tu cerveza.
Tu cerveza, por favor.
Is it going to be a dry zone?
Only the humour will be dry.
So if you guys want the good hookup while we're at field, hit us up.
If you got the right money, we'll.
We'll sort you out.
Everything is solved by reading the 42 pages of CSSO.
That's it. That's it.
What I live for.
So hello is hola, and goodbye.
You can actually look it up on Google Translate. Has Esperanto, so you
Esperanto.
can start learning Esperanto.
Oh, wouldn't that be amazing if we ended up fluent in 2 months in Esperanto?
I feel like learning.
We've only
sign
got
language.
40 odd days left. You know,
I can't wait. I am chomping at the bit to get out there.
Yeah, we're
and I
is
just
that because of the little secrets I told you before?
a little bit of little secrets. But I think
Ryan's like,
Yeah,
me
what is
too,
happening?
me. See, this is what happens when you're late to a
yeah,
podcast.
that's it.
Sorry, guys.
I think the thing that I do definitely want to say, and we get a lot of questions, why do Rapid Vantage close when there's a Milsim? And that's purely just in support of the Milsim fields. You see it a lot in the airsoft culture that when there is a big Milsim event, the surrounding fields will close because Milsims work when there's a lot of people.
Yeah.
So on the 4th, 5th and 6th of September, which is the Friday, Saturday, so Rapid Vantage will be closed again for that Friday night and the Saturday sessions to come down and support.
And it's a full moon.
Spooky.
Spooktacular.
It's about supporting it. If you look at the events over in the US when they're running a big Milsim, like all those fields shut down and everyone goes to that Milsim.
Yeah.
And it's not a money thing or whatever. It's just the more people that go, the more fun it's going to be.
Yeah. And it's not always about playing. It's not about being the blue or the red or the whatever else. You could be little Bo Peep that's looking after some sheep and have just as much fun as somebody that's getting all the pew.
If you've never role played, you should give it a shot because
Go and play D&D or Warhammer before you come.
Are you a D&D player?
I maybe.
Yeah. See, I'm a currently level 5.
You're one of those like 5.0 guys, aren't you?
Yeah. No, I played
3.5 or die.
for everyone listening in, all I can say is nerd.
Nerf herder.
But yeah, definitely get into the role playing action of the Milsims.
Yeah, like we're not doing like Abbey Festival, that level of shenanigans, and we're not post-shock.
Yep.
Are you familiar with that?
Yeah,
we're not doing it that, like you're not trading hit points and blah, blah, blah. It's still shoot the guy falls down and yell out medic.
Have a bit of
That's
fun
it.
with it though.
But
You
have
can
a bit,
of
yeah,
fun.
get into character. I think the last one, the big shout out to the Hoya Goat Patrol. For
Sounds like a patch.
we were playing, even in the civilian role, we were playing a bunch of goat farmers who had lost their goats during this war, and we were traveling from village to village trying to find our goats. And even though there was no trigger time involved, those players on Blue 4 were having to search us, having to engage
With
IRL.
rules of engagement, yeah.
Exactly.
Because that's what we were doing. We were ideally the reason why we were being civilians was to try and get them to break the ROE. Like
Yeah.
from an admin perspective, we had things in place for when certain things happen. So we were encouraging them.
I just love that you shot Steve straight in the face.
That was the first. That was just after the first serial.
That was just after the first
when we
serial,
swapped teams. Actually, a funny story for those that weren't there. So I talked about this yesterday on a little stream I did, but the first serial we had was to escort this police officer with Kurdistan up to a village, and then there was a serial that needed to play out. And basically, what we needed to happen was the police chief to be shot. And then we retreated. And the whole point that Blue 4 didn't realise was that was our point to get back to Blue 4 so that we could swap to Op 4.
Yeah.
That's the way it needed to go down. So that happened perfectly. But there was no other Blue 4 back at base. So we get back, we swap sides.
There was no Blue 4 to see us change
No Blue 4 seen
sides.
us change.
Oh, nice.
So we went out to the Op 4 base, bombed up, and went straight out to another village.
And cracked on.
And we went out there and basically approached these guys who were Blue 4, who had no idea that we were not Blue 4 anymore. But they were cautious. They were very clever. They were
just
cautious.
saying hi.
And then we got this mortar strike, and they basically went, get these guys in. Let's get them in. They're friendly. In which case we laughed, and in we went. Luke throws a grenade into the first room he can get into, kills a bunch of guys, and then we just went through this village just wiping them out, and they're all standing there going, why is the Blue 4 attacking
Why are
us?
you shooting me? Yeah.
And it was so funny until we got to them and they went, wait, you guys aren't Blue 4 anymore?
It reminds me of that chopper scene where the guy's stabbing him with the guns. He's going, come on, mate, stop.
Yeah.
What are you doing, Nev?
Yeah, that's it.
That's exactly it.
It was just so funny. And then after that, our cover was blown. We couldn't get away with it, but it was just really funny. And that was all role play. We just had fun with it.
Yeah.
I think, at the end of the day, that's what a Milsim is. Yeah.
Yep.
There?
Yeah.
Yeah, there we go.
Yeah.
That's what a Milsim is. A Milsim should be fun.
Yeah.
It should be, like you said, you're paying to go and have an experience for fun. So, that's sorry, for anyone who's not, you can't see this, they're having a bit
We're having some mic problems.
having some microphone trouble.
Valvoline, you know what I mean. You don't have to eat the mic.
Yeah, no. Well, am I, no, I'm good.
The way we need to test it. Hello, Frank Walker from National Tiles.
Did I not do that before?
Yeah, he did that before. There's got to be some B-roll for this.
Yeah.
Milsim's about having fun, but the role playing makes it more fun, I think.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because you can just go, it was Blue 4 versus Op 4 and they shot each other and died and that was it. Or you can go, these guys are coming out the worst Russian accents I've ever heard and, we were role playing back and it was just a bunch of fun. At the end of it, you get to have a laugh about it.
Look, there's Black Sheep, which was happening in the SA before all the COVID stuff happened. And everyone said to me, why are you going down there as Red for? And I'm like, why the hell would I want to be blue? I did that for 12 years every day of the week. I want to do something. I want to be the guy that can shoot, drop his gun and go, can't shoot me now. No.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, this was the first time I'd done an Op 4 event at a Milsim. I'd always been Blue 4. And it was really fun because we went out and got, AKs. We got the Azrael AKs. And we went full.
Luke said that you've got to carry that everywhere with you at the next Milsim.
Yeah, you've
At Highport.
For anyone that's going on Milsim, just if you're going out with an all-metal blaster, just think about your choice because I can tell you now.
Is it the same as weighted plates, in your opinion?
No, I think there is a difference. I'm all for weighted plates if you've got the physical ability to go a full Milsim with them in.
So are you saying Seared should not wear weighted plates?
Oh, shots fired.
Yeah.
No, I'm all for it. If you want to put plates in, more power to you. But
Because we've got a new rule
okay,
to do with the weight of your blaster.
Ooh.
If it meets a certain weight, you get a perk.
Well, it looks like I'm going to be
Luke's
carrying.
just punched him in the arm.
I'm going to be carrying a whole bunch of all-metal blasters and see how many perks I can get.
Let's get the all-metal F89.
That would be cool, actually.
Yeah, or an FN FAL. They weigh the same.
What's the perk?
I can't tell you that.
Oh, come on. Give us a little taste.
Well, it just depends on when we go live with this because we're like live streaming. So
we're not live streaming.
we're live recording.
We're live recording, but
Recording live.
I might whisper it in your ear later when you little spoon.
Okay. But in all seriousness, if you're
But yeah,
going out with an
there is
all-metal
some sort of
blaster,
perk.
you get the perk, but weigh that up with the annoyance of carrying around an all-metal blaster. That AK was... Actually, the AKs were exceptional. It rained out there. We had all these issues with the weather, and yet those AKs, both mine and yours, not an issue. Like, they literally, not a misfire, nothing. I used one battery the whole event, no drama at all.
there was something glorious about standing on that hill and
With an AK,
dumping an AK mag.
It was pretty cool.
And AK mags carry so much more Gelball.
Yeah.
So much.
But it's just tough carrying that weight because it's such a weird distribution in AK.
It's very front forward in the
is
one Luke
really
gave me
front
earlier.
heavy.
Yeah.
Well, I had the CQB version of
Yours
what
is
you
shorter.
had. Yeah.
The 74U or something.
74U.
Yeah, so I had the 74M, which is just it's a limousine you're carrying, basically.
Yeah.
I'm not taking it to the next Milsim, regardless of the perk at this
Yeah,
stage.
but if you single port sling it and just hang it there, that's all right.
Yeah, but I'm like
isn't
4'5", so when I sling
So
it on
it's
a 1
taller
point,
than him.
it's taller than me.
it? So you've got like a little special, use it as a crutch or something. You
Basically,
could walk
yeah, I
with
might
it.
as well just use it as a crutch. No, I've got another. Actually, I was handing it off to a modder just before we started the stream here, but there's something special coming for the next Milsim, which I'm pretty excited about.
Ooh, can you tell me?
I'll tell you after this because
Okay.
you'll love it.
Yeah, this has to do with what I was mentioning.
Yeah,
to
this
you
is all
before.
tied in together. We'll
Yeah.
explain.
Yeah. I've got one of them too, actually.
Yes.
Yes.
So yeah, stay tuned for that. It's going to be pretty cool.
Yeah.
If you need some more of them, I've got 80 of them.
Ooh, we could put
You can-
multiple of them together.
Yeah, you could do a big bank of them and go.
Yes.
I will take one already.
Okay.
I will take one already.
Well, next time you come to the field, I'll give you one
Oh,
of these things.
yeah, that would.
Yeah, these-
Everyone's going to watch the video and they're going to be like, "What are they on motorbikes?"
yeah, that's
Yeah, you just wait and see. You wait and see. Yeah. No, but we're pumped. I'm excited. Milsim is such a fun thing to go and do. It's not for everyone. There's going to be people that go, "Oh, who wants to dress up on the weekend and go and do that?" Like, screw that.
And there's a lot of guys that have surfed. They're like, "I'll get a rash." Seriously, if I put DBCU on, I would go, "Ugh." A little vomit in my throat.
Does anyone actually fit DPC after they get out of the military?
I didn't fit it when I was in.
Mine doesn't fit anymore. I tried to put them on. I'm like, no, definitely too big for that. But no, we're pumped. We're excited.
Are we talking a different language to you?
Yeah, 100%. Like I said, like
DPC, mate. Jelly beans.
Auscam.
Oh, right. Got it. Yeah.
I've got like this 4-page dictionary that I gave to the CEO of Wounded Heroes, Martin Shaw, because he kept saying, I don't know, I'm sitting here and all you people are talking and I know it's English, but I don't know what you're saying.
I'll take that.
We're like, oh, that Jack cunt just went, oh. yeah, that Jack guy just went and had a goffer. Oh, I'd rather go and have a dart.
Oh, see, I know what that is.
Yeah.
What about Jube Juice?
Juby juice.
Oh, yeah, I miss that stuff.
Yeah, but
Sally
think-
Man?
Yeah, the Sally Man will be bringing Juby juice out to the Milsim.
Yeah. For those who don't know what a Sally Man is, you'll learn to appreciate the Sally Man when you see
There'll be goffers and gumpy bars.
Yeah. Actually, I want to role play as a Sally Man at an event sometime.
Oh, wait, I've just.
Will you wear
clicked
the
on-
red rank?
We actually were discussing this with Jason down at Toowoomba and said, let's do...
Let's get the actual Sally Man.
That's. I'm assuming this is what we talked about at the start.
No. This is another thing. No.
okay.
Yeah, I was going to say, we're not rreleasing anything.
That's not
we
the
should do.
motorbike.
But yeah, I'd love to be a Sally Man.
So, do you know anything about the terrain for EP 2.0? Weather is better.
That name. No.
I do.
Should we give him some hints?
It's thick. It's.
Are we talking... Is
It is Colombian thick.
I would actually. Well, actually, that you say about that, it is 100% exactly that. It looks like Colombia.
Yep.
A lot of the similarities between the terrain.
Bring your gum boots.
Yeah, it is thick rainforest, like guerrilla warfare.
That's good.
There's a tiny bit of wet sclerophyll, but not much at all.
you're
There's
to-
like 3 acres of that.
If you were to relate it to Harvey Bay EP1, what part
It's
of
like all of the foliage for that 600 acres has been pushed into about 1 acre.
I like that.
Yeah.
That's good.
It looks fantastic. It's,
So for those of you who don't know, that the first one we did was at Susan River, and that was open sclerophyll, dry sclerophyll, and there was 600 acres, and it was fairly sparse, and a bit of cane field and stuff.
Yeah. Basically, you would walk for about 4 hours and maybe bump into someone else.
Well, I'll give it, yeah. Well, that's because people can't navigate.
That too, including me.
Yeah. Well, I think I found the fob. Where's the fob? What's the fob again? Does that
Hey,
go on your
Trav, I got your
keychain?
car stuck.
Yeah, and 16 people tried to get it out, and then I drove it out. That was cold.
That was such a good time. You
Good times.
oh.
Good times.
I missed it.
So we, just as a bit of a backstory, for a bit of a laugh, and people that have been to EP1 know exactly what we're talking about.
Everyone knows what we're talking about.
So we had to go and construct our fob, and the fob was in very peculiar place, but relatively easy to get to. And I'd sent off, I was in Trav's car, so I was in a 4x4 with all my gear in it, and then everyone had chucked all their gear on the top.
Typical officer. He was like, first class ride.
That's it. And we got to this, like, the edge of the map, basically the edge of our operation area, and there was, like, this dirt track that went up and around, and that's where the fob was. And I said to her, I don't want to call out who it was, and they know who they are, but I said, can you just go down that road and just check? Around the corner. And
they said, that's impossible.
And they literally went off, came back and said, it's impossible, you cannot get there by vehicle.
And those same people keep saying to me, I don't know why Cormac didn't go up there.
Yeah, so I've gone, it's impossible. I'm like, you sure? They went, yeah. I said, all right, I'll take your word for it. So we went this long way. I mean, kilometres. Kilometres north.
And hours.
Yeah, and like 4 hours later...
It was like midnight.
It was basically it was about midnight. We found it, and not only did we find it, someone walked down the track that I'd said, go and check it out, and they said, I can basically see where you were parked before. You could have driven down. And anyway,
the thing I love about all this is we had GPS trackers on Cormac, so we're watching him just go, and we're like, why is he going that way? That's like the exact opposite way to go. Yeah. So that's going near the one track on the whole property that is don't go down.
Yeah, right. So through this whole endeavour, it got to one point where probably, 600-700 metres from where the fob actually is. Mm-hmm. And I had to drive through the smallest amount of mud you've ever seen. I mean, it was
only like 2 feet deep.
2 feet deep at most, and it wasn't very wide. But it was in the middle of a track. So
but if you were in four-wheel drive, you could have just driven through it.
So I'm in two-wheel drive.
Without the diff lock.
Without the diff lock. And I've driven into it, got it stuck. And... Now, mind you, like my frame of mind, I am...
Got to get there. Got to get there.
Got to get there. We've been going for the last few hours. I've got pneumonia. I've got a fever. I'm sweating like I'm on speed. We have a no-duff.
I wouldn't know.
We have a no-duff, deal with the no-duff, and still couldn't get the car out and went, you know what, we're doing it on foot. So left the car there, locked it, found the fob. And then anyway, I got taken to hospital, come back the next day. Trav comes up to me and goes... You know how you got my car stuck? I put it in four-wheel drive and just drove it straight out. It wasn't stuck at all.
It wasn't. You just needed like 4 wheels to be spinning, not just two.
Not just two.
It was just like the culmination of everything that could go wrong went wrong, but it shouldn't have.
Yeah.
Because, everything was fine. Yeah. That won't happen again.
Yeah. But I think
that's because we'll never let you drive a car again.
True.
Yeah.
Well, you've got a 4-wheel drive now, don't you?
Yeah, I'll get my own car stuck.
Yeah.
We'll have to get some stickers made up.
Yes, please.
Vantage something. Corporate solutions.
Yeah. Vantage Solutions.
Vantage
Strategic Solutions.
Ooh. How about Vantage Point Solutions?
Vantage Point Solutions.
That's a pointed remark, that.
Oh. Wait, you need to do the sound effect.
Which one? This one?
Yeah. Yeah, that's good.
That's Kathy in the background going, Travis, your jokes are not funny.
No, that was good. That was, I think that's the thing with Milsims, though, is that as much as it is all very fun and games, the stories at the end. The stories at the end, but you still need to come with the right frame of mind, be prepared, because things like that can happen where it can go south really quick.
Yep.
And another thing I love is you can't one-man it.
No.
You know what I mean? Like,
you have to be there with the team.
That's it, and that's the only way. I think that is what made our last Milsim so good, is the team that we were with.
And we talked about how tickets are going to be sold. What do you think about the way I'm doing that?
As in...
How you buy a ticket for EP2.
Look, I like that. So it's basically a team, correct me if I'm wrong, but the team leader of that section or that team is the one that will sign the team up. So you can't be an individual, go and pay and do it. You need to give all of that, all of the cost to the team leader, and the team leader registers the thing.
That's cool.
And I quite like that because
I want the team owner to have ownership of the guys that are and aren't coming, girls and are not coming.
That's it. And I think that's the big thing. We run the same thing here. If you pay, what people have to understand is what everyone sees as the 1%, right? Which is the event that happens. But no one understands the 99% of work that actually gets put into these events.
Oh, no. You just slap a few things together with a few nails and glue and it's all good.
That's it. So when you pay for an event like this, you're incredibly supporting the people that have put all that time and effort into it, who have forked out their own costs and money for this. So when you go to an event and you pay the money and then for some reason you can't show up the day before, don't expect for your money back. And I think the way that you're running it, that the fact that a team leader is in control of that, and once you pay, you've paid.
Yep.
You're into it.
I've got to think of it like a concert. If you go to see Bon Jovi live and you buy a ticket, that's it.
Exactly.
If you don't want to come or you can't come, I'm sorry, but I can't. I've got to there's one item that we're looking at buying tomorrow that is $4,500.
Yeah.
And I can't take out your $150 out of that.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, we run the same rules here at Rapid Vantage. We don't, once you pay, you've paid regardless of if you can come or not. And I very much support that. And I think players need to understand that there is a lot more that goes on behind these events. And by having a team leader to control all of that,
Takes a level off me.
Takes a level off the organisers of the event. So I really like the fact that now the leader of the team has the ownership of the team, and that team becomes them, and that I think will tighten and have a better experience for players because they've all gone, we're in a team, we're working for this.
Yeah, I want people to get together and do training and go, okay, this is our SOP, standard operating way of doing things. When we go into contact, this is what's going to happen. We all know it, we've all done it, and it just cracks on.
Yeah, and definitely people should be writing in there what happens when they come up against the PMCs, what
actions
are they
on.
going to do. Yeah.
What are you going to pay?
That's it.
You know what you don't see many people taking out to a Milsim is notepad and pen.
Bit of intelligence.
No one ever takes notes. No one ever gets intel. I'll tell you what was the first thing that we did when we walked onto Blue Force Field? We went straight to their command bunker and found all their
everything
radios,
you can.
the radio channels they're going to be using, and we took photos, we wrote stuff down. When they did the briefing, I pulled my notepad out. We wrote down all their numbers, how many squads they had, their section leaders, and
Strength and disposition.
you give them everything. We got all their actions on, what their ROE was, and we knew what it was anyway because we were there. You know, but the point is, that's really important information. We managed. Not only did we get all their radio channels, but we also got all their challenge codes. So when they were talking
magic
about
number,
we knew how to get into, in the event it was dark. And unfortunately, we didn't get to utilise it for varying reasons, but we had the challenge codes to get in.
But you've let that out now. They're never going to let you do it again.
Well,
how will they know
they?
who we are?
Yeah, they won't know who we are. And how do we know them?
We better digitalise your faces in this. It's not really Luke and Cormac.
And change our voices so they're really dark, like those current affairs.
Valvoline, do you know what I mean?
So, it's just interesting to see, I know, that mindset of people that have done military or law enforcement versus people that haven't really done that, and the way that they approach these things. I really hope that, the sections that are going out there to Eastern Predator, have that experience. And
based on the feedback I've got from teams that have been to other Milsims or like the guys at Phoenix Company, we're going to have too many people wanting to buy tickets, not the other way around.
Big shout out to Phoenix Company.
Yeah, Phoenix Company.
They go good.
We gave them a real run for their money as the civilians. And to their credit, when we were refs, we went up and we had to talk to them. And they took that role play on and added a next level for us as the civilians. So, Phoenix Company, if you're coming to the EP2,
Ryan, there's a Ryan in Phoenix Company. Ryan's got guns pointed at them, I hear.
There's going to be some fun happening at this event, I can tell already.
Yeah.
But big shout out. Those guys really did a good job. And I know that that's someone that I could depend on if I was out there. If I need a section to come and back me up, they're the type of people that I know if they come and back me up.
You want them on QRF.
Yeah, I want, when people go out, you want to have all your sections like that realistically, don't you? You want to have that. You don't want someone to go, oh, yeah, we're coming to back you up. And you go, ooh, really?
But will you?
Yeah. So if you're a section commander and you don't have a military background, it's not a bad thing, but just make sure you brush up.
You just got to manage people.
Yeah, it's just personnel management. And it's not hard. People that are going, I don't know if I could ever do that. You probably could. It's not as hard as you think it might be. You just got to put a little bit of effort in.
So you saw Lachlan McGee at EP1 as Noble 1. He's now the Blue Force commander for EP2.
So I know who my target is then. Ooh, coming for you.
He's got a special secret weapon.
will my plate
that?
carrier perk help me?
No,
Oh,
blaster
maybe.
carry perk.
Or the blaster carry perk. I'm starting to sound like Fallout now. You've got a perk. You've specialed up. I don't have a sound effect for that.
Oh, that's okay.
Let's go with this one. I don't know if that's bats or a tweet.
No, that's good.
That's crickets.
That is. It's a hard role when you're commanding a whole team. It's a lot of effort.
Yeah. So there's a chance that the EP Predator radios won't penetrate the jungle. So we've got a backup plan.
Is it the cups and strings?
Yes, it's cups and strings. They're more
Morse
efficient.
code.
There's a bit of old school.
Fantastic.
We should get some K phones.
Let's get K phones.
K phones are the worst thing the military ever made.
Smoke. Let's get smoke.
Yeah, coloured smoke.
Yeah.
It's not like we'll burn the rainforest down.
Yeah.
Somebody needs one of those Gelball miniguns to try and cut it down. Let's recreate the Predator scene.
I would love one of those.
We have been toying up with getting one for.
I'm told they're sold out,
Yeah, but they can get more.
but will they?
Yeah.
Joe, Peter,
Yeah,
come on.
Come on, guys.
A little bit of
We're
sponsorship,
keen.
being a technical.
Yeah.
Look, there are no vehicles at EP2.
Okay.
It is Task Force Tully.
Yeah, sweet. Tully. For a lot of people,
Yeah.
going, what's that mean? Ugh.
We've started doing up the patch and we're trying to put a gumboot into the Task Force patch.
Fantastic.
Tully's the wettest place in Australia. And it's where you go for jungle training if you're in the Australian Regular Army.
Right.
Anyone that's ever been in the Army knows when I say Tully, that means certain terrible things.
It's funny, those names. It's like Nungas.
Yeah, it's wetter than Nungas.
Yeah, it's wetter than Nungas, but Nungas is one of those places you go, ugh, when you go.
Yeah, but
there.
it's flatter than Nungas.
It is
There's no hills.
Yeah,
Like there's a 10-foot elevation change from one end of the AO to the other.
it's not too bad.
A lot of people have asked me how many acres is it. I'm like, yeah, the only acres is what your legs will be feeling. It's small, but it's thick. It took us 4 hours to do 370 metres.
I think the thing about that is that I'm very much sensing there's going to be a lot of engagement over this
it's good.
72 hours, which I'm really looking forward to.
Are you prepared to not be in your tent and be out engaging though? Like, I can imagine you guys all, oh, I'm sorry, I've got to have my beauty sleep.
Well, no, hang on. The staff does all that for me. But I think that was one of the things that we did a lot on the last Milsim is we would go out in a team of 4, just us.
Yep.
Shoot and scoot, come back, bomb up, shoot and scoot. We were actively trying to give the opposing team enough trigger time on them. So you will absolutely find me crawling up and down and
We
under.
did something
and
ridiculous, like 20.
We did 24 kilometres.
Yeah, we did a lot of on foot work.
Yeah.
Yeah, but the record at EP1 was 67 kilometres.
Right.
I
Well,
reckon they walked too far. You're not
Well,
doing.
they probably reckon that too. I reckon that.
I think from seeing the scrub, like I very much like the sneak gameplay style. So
I'm hoping people are getting ambush happy.
I mean, I'm not talking ghillie level, but I'm definitely talking some guerrilla warfare stuff. And
Definitely camo face paint.
yes,
Ryan's getting a rash.
Oh man, there's nothing worse than cam paint.
I won't be-
SPF 15.
I'll give you the cam paint that our section commanders use that looks super cool and never rubs off.
Yeah, I want some of that stuff. Not the jubie one you get when you put it on and it
That
just
stuff
clumps
that's like
butter.
It's like grease, and you put it on and it just feels like grease.
I won't be going the campaign route, but I think from the video you showed me, Trav, of the
Ooh, secret squirrel stuff.
secret, but that
Getting all the secrets.
oh, I am, but I will definitely. I think
He paid me enough for Razzoos, I just told him.
that's it. It's all about the money, and
I have a whole bag of Razzoos at home.
Do you?
Yeah, like
Like an admin bag, or
an admin bag.
so now I know where they all are.
Yeah, so I'll give them back to you.
Thank you, because I just ordered another 1,000 from China.
But these, they have the new date on it.
No, they wouldn't do the new date. They wanted another $90 to do that. I'm like, I'm a Povo boy.
Yeah, I've got a whole bag to give to you.
Ryan
Awesome.
keep half of that bag.
Yeah, I'm going to steal some.
No, the PMC should get maybe 15 Razzoos each.
15's all right.
Because corporate people,
right?
I've got
you
about
get paid.
1,000 of them, so...
Why did you say we would have been?
Yeah, think about the economy. But you shouldn't have to buy things. People should be buying off you.
We'll be fine.
Yeah, so we'll be stocking up with a Maybe.
And you can go to the local arms dealer and go, need some Gelballs.
Is our local arms dealer reprising his role?
No, he got killed.
Oh, yeah.
Dimitri I can't believe you killed the arms dealer.
Dimitri.
He was such a cool character.
We miss you, Dimitri.
His twin brother is like the Blue Force platoon sergeant, though.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah. So do you know about the platoon sergeant thing?
I don't, but I'm loving like this level of immersion. Hang on, this level of immersion.
We've been going for over an hour, so you can fumble a bit.
This level of immersion in a Milsim.
We spent a lot of time. EP1 was the foundation when there was so much work.
It's a solid foundation.
Yeah, I can't.
And
wait.
it's just. Oh, we've been here for more than an hour now because my watch just turned back on.
Technology.
God, I love it.
I love the immersion. I like the story when you get there and you go. You rock up to the event, you're like, yeah, I know what's going on. I know what country I'm in. I know what my role is. I feel like I'm fighting.
And we know why the militia fighters against us.
Yeah, so just like, oh, yeah, I went down to wherever. Oh, we're getting phone calls.
I'm sorry.
We're getting.
I'm on mute too.
Look at this.
It's muted. So how would that run?
I thought this was professional.
Not me. No. I don't get paid enough.
No, I'm psyched. I reckon it's going to be awesome.
Yeah.
So, platoon sergeants. When you were in the military, when you think about how you interacted with the platoon sergeant, what are the core things a platoon sergeant does for you?
Discipline.
Yeah, they bang you with a stick and say, bad boy.
They had a very important role.
Yeah. Morale, welfare. Admin, like 2 for tactics, 3 for admin, we used to say, like 2 stripes. I'll do the tactical stuff, sergeant. 3 stripes, do the admin stuff.
Okay.
I know with Cav, the troop sergeants, they're probably the most experienced, person that's in that troop. So,
and that's how it's going to work at the EP as well. The 2 platoon sergeants will get a red one and a blue one. They're there to serve you guys in the field. They'll be in the field with you, and you can walk up to them and go, hey, this rule, does that mean I can do this thing? And it's somebody you can sound off. Instead of somebody commanding you, there's somebody that sits beside you, and think of them like a CIA advisor. They're just there whispering in your ear.
Yeah, that's cool. CIA, I think he's worked out who our contract supplier is.
Yeah.
We've got to work out a new idea because obviously Astana isn't a real country and EP exists in a totally separate universe that doesn't have so we need a name for the Secret Service people.
Vantage Point contractors. We'll come up with a secret squirrel
come up
name.
with it. Yeah,
That's not... No, we've already got secret squirrels and we've got some chicken stranglers coming too.
Some real chicken stranglers?
Yeah.
We've had chicken stranglers here. He has no idea what we're talking about.
See, it's special people.
You know, they put the special in special. Monocerebus.
Oh.
When they get their licenses out and show you their license, it's got their eyes blacked out.
And they have different names. They don't wear patches with names on it.
Yeah.
They don't wear any patches.
Yeah.
They grow beards.
They're all called John.
Okay.
What's your name? Private Smith.
Yeah.
From the 1st Battalion, the last regiment.
The John Does.
The John Does.
Yeah, okay.
They work in the darkness.
And they all wear khaki shorts and black T-shirts.
Oh.
Yeah. Ooh. The air of mystery.
I'm very excited for this. I think we're going to have a lot of fun.
I hope so.
Yeah, I know so.
I don't want to pay all this money to not have fun.
Well, you paid all the money last year and didn't have fun.
No, I had fun. It's just in a different
Just went
kind of
home.
way. Hey, I got an ambulance ride under lights and sirens.
And you got to drive a Mustang to Harvey Bay.
Yeah, I drove a Mustang to Harvey Bay. That was awesome. I won't be taking the Mustang this time, though.
You reckon?
Nah, 4-wheel drive. So I can get a bog somewhere.
If you take a 4-wheel drive anywhere out there, you won't get bogged. You'll be in the vines.
Nice.
And the lantana.
That's it.
And the wait a while.
The in terms of the thicket, you're not going to be allowing path clearing tools.
El Machete will not be deployed, but El Secatero will be.
Perfect. I just asked.
So bring your
because,
secateurs.
Yeah.
Because
safety is the main concern for all of us field operators, and we have rules in place for that. So, don't come out wielding a machete because you might accidentally hack into someone who's in a ghillie suit.
Yeah,
so,
and you might swing back and hit somebody that's not paying attention
Exactly. So, but the secateurs are great.
Yeah. And the property owner's cool with that.
Fantastic.
Because they're like, we want people to camp here later. So clear paths. Go hard.
Fantastic.
Have you had anyone reach out and say, can we dig pits yet?
The same people have asked the same. I even got an email saying, "Where did you buy the sandbags?" And I said, "Bunnings." And they're like, "Oh, damn it."
Because they
I'll
didn't
go
do
and
it
buy
last time.
I'm not buying sandbags again. This is not a hardened position. You are jungle fighters. You need to run and gun.
You know who's going to do good
Scoot,
at this?
baby.
You know who's going to do good at this? Shane KO.
Yeah,
I did a podcast with him last night that'll come out after this.
This is his prime.
He is the most sneakiest of sneakiest
He
people.
is.
I can't wait.
And you can't talk about what he does for a real job either because it's a secret.
Yeah, that's it.
Can I say who he works with in terms of military simulation?
Yeah.
He's a member of the Death Jesters.
A name that has forever been in my mind.
The Berets.
The Berets with the coloured badge.
In saying that, they are a very sneaky unit, though.
Very sneaky
When
unit.
this is
Yeah, well,
this is
Steve's
gonna-
been doing Milsim since it was laser.
Yeah, this is that I'm genuinely worried about the Death Jesters in this Milsim.
I'm worried about all the people we.
I'm worried about the
from
Death
president.
Jesters, but that's not why I'm worried.
We both
I'm
got
worried
the
about
bridges.
it.
I did my first Milsim as part of Death Jesters. I went with them, and in a very thick scrub.
We're just having an admin break here. Luke's lost his whole composure. I've got to show this as the B-roll.
No, they work very well in very thick scrub. So
Yeah, the tactics that they
tactics
training
that they
are
train in.
rainforest
They've
tactics.
got
so
tactics.
for this field,
Oh, yeah.
I'm genuinely worried about them.
And I got a feeling, and this has been publicly stated, that Snellman's put a hit out on you.
Snellman's put a hit out on me.
Yeah, he wants to get
How
you
many
back.
Razus are on your head?
Exactly.
They, I better have at least 30.
30 Razus?
Is that a lot?
I don't know. What can you buy with one Razu?
I don't know.
You know what they bought with one Razu last year?
What?
Licking a cow patty. A guy got one Razu for doing that.
So I better have at least 50 Razus on my head if that target's coming out.
Players are given 10 Razus on start unless they have some perks.
Okay. So yeah, I mean, I'm all for it. If someone wants to put a hit out on me, put a hit out on me.
I reckon you go 60 because the minimum T size is 6. They all get 10 Razus, so that's everything.
Okay.
They're all in, baby.
I can see it now. DJs are going to pull their Razus together and they're coming for you, Luke.
They've done EP1 too at 1.5 as well, so they've got some left over.
Yeah, right.
We were talking about that earlier.
Yeah, we were,
The
we were.
currency is persistent. So if you're at EP1 and you have Razus left, you'll get more.
I'm rich then. I'm super rich.
So if there's...
You're a
if there's-
bitch, not rich.
I love it how I've just noticed that says Luke, it says Ryan.
That's right.
It says it over here on the board too.
Oh, okay, we messed that up. So if there's a hit out on me, who's financially supplying that hit?
Me.
I reckon they'll have the money.
But if they hit me, wouldn't someone else have to give them the money than them? Or if they can...
No, they'll be paying other people to support them because you're not the only PMCs there.
Yes.
There's two other teams. There's two PMCs that are already paid in full.
We've got competition from
That have paid in
other
full.
Paid
contractors
in
that
full.
we're going to have to deal with.
Yeah, we're going to have to deal with some of that. I
Because
mean,
we're clearly the best contracting company.
we are the best. I mean, it's proven.
Well, you've got the best gear,
We've got the best,
best-
all the gear, and
and more.
No idea.
yeah. So I knew you'd finish that.
I mean, as far as our corporation goes, they definitely back us the best. They've resuited us with a couple more things from our last operation that we needed. So yeah, bring on the hit. I mean, I'll put a hit out on Snelly as well now. Like,
I mean, even just now.
On
while we're sitting
Snelly.
here, look at this. I've got a brand new pair of Danners.
we
from
got
a
brand new
contracting
boots.
company.
Yeah,
We're doing an audio podcast, and you're saying, "Have a look at this."
Have a look at have a look at
There's
my
cameras.
have a look at my. I got some brand new Danners.
Yeah, but my 4 listeners will be really upset.
hello to the 4
Hello to
listeners,
the
by the
4
way.
listeners.
Oh, I got a new Patreon today. Thanks, Steve.
Thank
your
you,
friend
Steve.
Steve.
Thanks, Steve. Really appreciate
And
what you're
now a
doing.
word from our sponsors.
Yeah, Patreon. No, we won't go.
Ladies and gentlemen. Oh, wait. Play, oh, no.
This is what I think of it.
That track was pretty funky, though. That was a good walk-in
That's
track.
my closing track. Have
okay.
you guys have not been listening to our
listened to
podcast?
No, we have.
I've listened.
Then you'd know Cantina Blues. This
Yeah,
is
this is, yeah. Ladies and gentlemen, you're listening to Radio 3.5.
3.5.
3.5.
No, you're a 5.0. I'm a 3.5.
You're listening to Baofeng 436.91.
Oh, which reminds me, you need to learn how to duplex your baffing
Thank you, Ryan. That's your job.
Okay.
because we'll have a repeater.
Yeah, sweet.
Yep.
Yeah. No, but I'm really liking these roles that are coming out, and that really excites me. The fact that, you know, from a completely different Milsim that wasn't run by yourself, there is now something that's travelling over that is a grudge that needs to be.
We've had like military tribunals and stuff at previous ones when we were doing laser. There was a whole people have got war crimes and get held before the courts.
I like that.
Yeah, that's great.
Yeah. I want to bring as much of ComSims, which was before Gelball, into this as we can.
That's fantastic. And just how did you hear about the hit that's been put on me?
Oh, well,
He's been listening
having
to
some
Darknet
discussions
Diaries.
I've been having some secret CIA discussions with the DJs.
Really? Are you gathering intel?
Something tells me they're not real happy about the...
Are they going to come here and do
sneaky
some
shot you got.
training?
No, but maybe there's going to be a hit.
I swear to God, if you hit me, if you're the one that's going to pull the hit, if you're the one that pulls the hit, you are out, my friend.
Sneaky, the CO shoots his 2IC.
So you're the CO.
Yeah, I run the PMC.
Yeah, Ryan, actually, I bankroll the PMCs through another corporation. And
Is it a shelf company?
It is a
In the
it's a-
Caymans?
Yeah, that's exactly what it is. If anyone looks it up, we specialise in deep sea diving equipment.
Yeah, so I got employed as
I was a penguin trainer.
I got employed as a senior personnel manager
Yeah, so Ryan
for a diving company.
Ryan's our senior dive instructor.
Is he paddy qualified? Or is he from the other mob?
Yes.
No. Yeah.
Yes, I serious.
Serious. Great success. High five. Yeah, so I think definitely we've got a lot more surprises in store for.
Are we recruiting?
Yeah.
No, you need to stop recruiting. 15's enough.
Yeah, we actually had a lot of people sign new contracts with us after our last operation. So there's going to be a bigger Vantage Force.
There's going to be a corporate wardrobe.
Yeah, there'll be.
I'm just going to say this, but we've got our own battle cry,
Yeah, I've been told about the goat
which
thing.
you'll hear echoing through the field.
Echoing through the field.
I love my goat.
Bodies.
Yordi.
No, this specific battle cry, I think, drives fear into the hearts of our enemies.
It's like the haka. It just once you hear it,
Once
you go,
you
I know
hear
what
it.
that
Combat.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's.
I don't want to be.
Is there
culturally
leg slapping?
sensitive,
There's no,
No, no, no,
slapping,
no,
but
not like that.
it is.
Because I was picturing those guys from like Amsterdam with the yodeling and dancing.
no,
It's not
this-
quite like that.
I don't know what country I was talking about then because I'm wrong.
I think, it's definitely a battle cry that sounds out through the night, and you know it's us.
You know.
Yeah.
Anyone that was at Toowoomba would have heard it.
Yeah, absolutely.
They heard your snoring. I know that.
Oh, there was a symphony of snores out there. It was amazing.
Yeah. At one point, the whole Op 4 troop was in sync, like perfect sync with snoring.
Yep.
And you went out and knife killed them all.
I wish.
So here's a question.
Yes.
We talked about how long the podcast will go for.
Yes.
What do you reckon we're at?
I reckon we're at 1:30.
124.
123.32.
Ooh,
Come
well
on, guys.
done.
How good is
well
that?
I'm
done.
going to turn my laptop around.
That's why I'm the section
think-
commander.
But that's amazing. Like, we've been just having a chat about,
go all night.
about this sport.
We need to come back and do it
I
again.
can't. I'm too old to go.
But that's, I think, it's
It shows the passion.
absolutely. And it just shows, like, the community. There's so much news and so many things that are happening
Yep.
that are new that, we've been able to talk for an hour and 23 minutes, 45
Still
seconds.
so much.
Like I used to do 10-minute podcasts and think I was rambling on.
Oh, wait until they hear this.
Yeah, this is going to be... Oh.
They're going to never get those guys back on ever
No,
again.
no, you're not even close to Kathy and Toby.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they went forever.
Yeah, it's nice.
I'm not going to say anything now because Kathy will say I'm not funny. See that, Kathy? It's like everything loves Raymond. Everything. Everyone loves
Everyone
Raymond.
loves Raymond.
No,
Everyone loves Tractor.
We're super passionate.
I think
at the end of the day, we're here for legitimising the sport into the future. It literally is a sport. I want people to be able to look at a gel blast. I look at a soccer ball. You know what I mean?
Or is it a football?
Or a football, depending on what you want to call it. A lacrosse stick. A
hacky sack.
A hacky sack. So they go, I got gel blaster because that's my sport.
Yep.
Yeah.
And Milsim is a part of it. Milsim is an aspect of the sport.
Yeah. It's like running. You have triathlons, you have marathons, you have pentathlons, you have relays.
Exactly.
It should be everything.
It's everything. It's everything. And it's, I think it's such an immersive, involving sport that is, there is a place for anyone and everyone in this sport.
Yep. And don't think you need to be super young, super fit, carrying 40,000 kilo packs and doing all that embrace the suck stuff.
I know for a fact there are so many, like if you want to talk about veterans, there's so many veterans that are injured that play the sport because they can choose their own pace and still get to do some of the fun stuff.
Yeah, look at GSW. Does some awesome content. Plays with his kid.
Yeah.
It's awesome.
Absolutely.
Yeah, we're all for it. And it doesn't matter what it is, if it's speed soft or CQB, or skirmish wath camping.
Yeah, we're
Milsim.
all for it. We're even starting up our speed shooting range up here. So, yeah, I think it's...
This Saturday.
Sounds like we have to have a bit of a throwdown where we both have the same circuit.
I think so.
That'd be cool.
Yeah.
I'll replicate it.
Yeah, all right.
Because I've got all that grass to grow, so I might as well do something with it. Except feed the kangaroos.
I like that idea, actually. I like that idea.
We were talking about it earlier. Have a little speed shooting league.
I like fields coming together. You know what I mean? There needs to be more of this support within the community.
100%. 100%. And
We're all
saying
in it
that,
Mm.
together.
Saying that, big shout out to Urban Gelball. Those guys have been with us since day one as well.
Awesome.
Yeah.
So where are they? On the sunny coast?
Yeah, they're Forest Glen. Forest Glen. Another, another great indoor field. Very tight.
Very different to here.
Very different.
Yep.
Very different. Yeah.
I hear there's a new field out the other side of Ipswich just about to kick off.
And Sunnybank.
Oh, I've heard about Sunnybank. I don't know if that's kicking off yet.
The indoor field? Are they... No?
No, this is an outdoor field with lots of acres.
Wow. I've heard of another indoor field as well.
Yeah.
The more the merrier, in my opinion. Honestly, the more the merrier.
The more fields like that, the more people will play.
Exactly. And then the more this sport just grows.
Jeez, well, I think
We've just got to go to Mexico and tell them to wake up to themselves and let Gelball happen.
That's it. Would they sell 700,000 gel blasters or whatever they're reporting in the news? If there's 700,000.
Not even close.
Yeah. If there's say at a minimum 700,000 or more, I mean that's a lot of people.
I challenge anyone to say, do you know what a gel blaster is, and find somebody that says no. Yeah. I don't know what that means. Everyone knows what they are. We've got penetration.
Organisation that ends with service, where when you ring stations about it, they don't know what you're talking about.
Oh, I rang South Australia before I was going down to do Black Sheep, and I said, what are the rules for blasters here? They're banned. I went, what? They're banned. You can't have them here. I said, I'm coming to a skirmish event that's publicly blah, 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 and they said I can have them as long as they're not metal. No, can't have them. So I sent an email off to the police, and they went, no, they never said that.
It's the left hand.
They're not banned. They're not banned.
Yeah, I think they're waiting for Queensland to see whatever Queensland does and then follow suit.
I think they're doing their own thing because they're like, those Queenslanders are weird.
Damn Queensland.
We are, but...
At least we're not Victoria, though.
Don't you start. They're all sick. You should be nice to them.
Was that before or after COVID?
COVID Mark II. Wetter is better.
COVID Mark II. Electric Boogaloo.
Love it. I love it.
I've been looking for excuses. I've got one on here. What have I got?
What are your other sounds, Trav?
Yeah, what other...
Hey.
Nice.
Do you remember back at EP1 when Ryan bogged his car? Yeah. It was so good.
I don't think I'll ever live that down.
What's the bottom left? You didn't press that one yet.
Yeah, that's for when you're tweeting about something. I think it's bats. It's like a Batman reference.
I thought that'd be for like when there's a really awkward silence, like someone
like
says,
now.
like it's like, what about that weather? wait.
I don't like sheep.
What do you mean? There's new laws in Queensland?
Well, that's a good
Shut up.
That's a good one.
So, all right, we're at an hour 30. Why don't we call this one quits?
Yeah, absolutely.
And do another one.
Yeah, absolutely.
like closer to
down
EP.
to do it again for
I
sure.
really want to do another one.
Same.
Absolutely.
Next time, can we choose a different room? There's a
Yes.
little bit of echo in here that everyone's going to hack on me about.
Do it in the middle of the field during a game.
Yeah, I think so. In the middle of the field.
Well, we've got the headphones and the microphones. We're going like, and these are the 25-minute, and let's get ready to
All you're
rumble.
going to hear is hit.
No, you know what? Wait, let's get ready to rumble. You know what that sounds like?
John Cena.
You guys are like peas in a pod.
You know what someone said? Was it a couple of days ago they were going, are you guys brothers?
Are you guys brothers? No, someone came up to me and said, "Oh, I'd love to have a game. I'd love to have a game against you and your brother." Who? You and your brother?
You're the guy over there, your
Over
brother.
there, your brother. I mean, Ryan. Yeah, you guys are brothers, right?
And people are starting to go, oh, but you
Wait,
guys...
wait.
He's my brother from another mother.
You guys are brothers, right?
That's the response we give. But they go, oh, but you guys go everywhere and do everything together. It's like,
Because we're best mates,
yeah,
mate.
it's not we're best mates. It's not because we're brothers.
That's it.
All right.
Yeah, but I'll sort out another room.
We'll get some
put
curtains.
Put some damp curtains and some soundproofing in. Absolutely.
We won't get that spiky foam stuff that offends people.
Why does it offend people?
Have you seen that?
Yeah.
You go into the room where there's all the spiky foam and they lock in there and you can't hear your own voice.
Yeah, it was voiceovers.
Ooh.
Egg cartons on the roof as well. That's good for sound dampening.
I looked at doing like a trailer where we could do all this in, and I'm like, I'm not spending $10,000 just for a pod booth.
You could spend $10,000 on some miniguns.
Yeah.
Minigun technicals.
We can't have
$10,000.
technicals. There's not enough car space. Like, we're even going to have trouble parking cars. So,
But we can dig in and have a turret.
you know what we should do? We should park a bunch of your cars here at Rapid Vantage and go on the party bus to Yamundi.
Can we do that?
Yeah, let's party bus it.
Can we do that? Because we can,
There's a guy bringing a 50-seater bus. So, if you want to book onto the bus and you're on the blue side, they might not let you back on, though.
And make it...
This is one for you, Calvin. You need to let them on the party bus, even if they're naughty. Naughty party bus.
Yeah, let us
We'll pay some resues. I've got a whole bag of them.
Just go to Hertz and get a bongo van and a trailer.
I was thinking that. Maybe the corporation can pay for it.
Yeah, we're not...
Bit of corporate signage.
Yeah.
There's got to be some tax implications. Yeah, it's
We'll
good.
figure it out.
We'll work it out.
We'll work it out.
It should be a limo, a stretch Hummer.
A stretch Hummer.
Where are you
with
going?
a minigun on it.
We're going to a Milsim.
I want to see them pick you up in a stretch Hummer at the end and go, you're not getting in this car, man. You're as mank as mank can be.
And it's got to be bright pink.
And a pole in the middle.
There's a guy on the Gold Coast that has an M113 party bus. It's an
Really?
armoured personnel carrier that's all pink and we should get him involved.
Yeah,
And also the fire truck that drives around Surfers Paradise.
No?
Yeah,
What?
they got
What?
a full fire truck.
And you go, woo woo.
It's all decked out and everything.
That's awesome.
We've got to have that too.
I need one here for a siren.
Yeah, you do.
Maybe we need to go as firefighters.
No, you should be CSAR, Combat Search and Rescue.
Yeah, we're combat search and rescue.
So secret that you don't even know what it is.
No, we should be PJs.
Combat search and rescue.
You're going to wear your PJs at the Milsim.
Yeah, I'm going to wear my PJs. We're going to...
Unicorn onesie.
Yeah, unicorn mumsy. Let's do it.
All right, this joke's for Kathy. See, everyone's laughing.
I love that sound.
Let's go.
Yeah, absolutely. We can do another one in the middle of the field. Obviously, when it's not being played.
Yeah.
Yeah, we can
sit in a
interview
bunker.
some players. I'll have to get some field recording gear because this all has to plug into the wall.
We'll work it out.
Yeah, we'll work it out.
We'll make it happen.
Yeah, absolutely. We're up. We don't want problems.
Come to me with your
Zoom it.
solutions, not your problems.
You know, you can call in now. We should next time we do it, we should have live callers.
We should have live callers and a Q&A.
Yeah, let's do a
Yeah.
Q&A.
Let's
Actually,
do it.
I put a thing up on Facebook and said, ask us about questions, and all I got was, ask Luke about the porn mo.
What?
Yeah.
From who?
I don't, some random.
Oh, yeah. I mean,
Let me look.
the moustache gives me powers.
Luke used to have a full beard.
Like Austin Powers.
He had the full beard.
yeah.
And then he goes, do you reckon I should just rock a mustache for the Milsim? I said, yeah.
Yeah.
No,
So
you
shady.
should get like a little diamond thing down here.
I've got it started.
We can call him Shannon Knoll.
Oh, that's what I'm talking about.
Yes, I'll bring in a black acoustic guitar to the Milsim and rock some denims and a black polo. I love it.
What
I think
about me?
It isn't fair.
Nothing's fair. All right, we better wrap this up. I've been saying we're going to wrap it up for 20 minutes.
Let's do it. We'll organise the next one. We'll post it as well. Get some call-ins and some questions. I've been played out, ladies and gentlemen.
No, this is the intro, not the outro. Even though it's heaps cool.
It is good.
It's cool.
Listening.
Are you going to do the beatboxing that Kathy did for the last one? Did you hear that?
No, but I can beatbox.
Cats and a boots and a cats and a boots and a cat.
Oh, I can.
Will Smith. Come on, Ryan. Oh, we've got Mr. Winslow.
Yeah, it's the moustache, really. There we go.
Now you can hear some Austin Powers music. So everyone that was listening, this is free music. I've got to plug it. It's Kevin MacLeod's Cantina Blues.
Oh, yeah.
Very cool.
Smooth.
Manos Arribas.
El Machete.
Comic 17.
Valvoline, you know what I mean.
Frank Walker from National Tiles.
Radio 445 Tropicana.
This has been the Gelball podcast. We've had Luke.
Hello, goodbye, everyone.
And we've had Cormac.
Bye, everyone.
With his sexy beard.
Yeah. Smooth.